Hi again from your government relations staff at SEANC. We've got, instead of an update on what's been happening, we're going to look forward a little bit to what's coming in this legislative session that will be starting at the end of January. And just to recap, Flint Benson, one of our lobbyists, Tony Boo, our research specialist, Suzanne Beasley, our senior lobbyist, David Collins, another of our lobbyists, and my name's Artis Watkins. We're going to tell you a little bit about what we believe could be issues, not necessarily, but things that we want to watch out for. And the first thing is TABOR, which is known as the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which sounds great, but is actually sort of big trouble for state employees, public employees of any kind, and really not great for taxpayers in the long run. Taxpayer Bill of Rights is a theory where you limit your spending to match inflation and your population growth, which again, in theory sounds good, but in reality it leaves you without funding for a lot of your public services that the taxpayers expect and demand. So you have to figure out where you're going to get the money. If you've capped the income tax rate at 5% for individuals, where are you going to get this money? And unfortunately that would probably come from cutting a lot of your public services and then putting fees on a number of things, pretty much everything, because you'd have to fund it. It has, the only state that's really gone the whole 9 yards with a TABOR type bill is Colorado, and it has when the population of Colorado has been polled, they have been pretty unhappy with the results because they have seen everything that was a service provided to taxpayers whacked pretty severely in that state. So we keep our eye on this very closely, as it would affect all of our members as state employees providing those services, and also as taxpayers who would be getting less.
We also walk in the door with the core mission of getting a pay raise for everyone, trying to control the cost of your health care, the state health plan, and your retirement benefits, maintaining that plan and getting a COLA. So that's always on the list to do.
Speaking of the retirement benefits, one of the biggest things we have to look for is to make sure that there's no movement to transition from a defined benefit program to a defined contribution plan. And that's something we're always on the lookout for, to make sure they don't turn state retirement into 401k plans.
And hopefully, we have high hopes as an organization for Treasurer Dale Falwell, who was supported in the election by SEANC, and we believe the retirement plan is something Treasurer Falwell is now responsible for, and so is the state health plan. State health plan budget is set for the biennium in the long session. That's what we're going into. So we're not exactly sure until Treasurer Falwell gives the public a better idea of where things stand over there with the state health plan. But that's always something that's a big job for SEANC lobbyists, to make sure that those costs don't get shifted to you.
And something else that's been looming over us for several years now is we're trying to preserve the right for you to have your dues deducted from your paycheck. This started a few years ago with an effort by lawmakers to hurt NCAE, the Teachers Association, for lack of a better way of putting it, and it just kind of spills over, and they've been working towards affecting more groups than just the Teachers Association, and trying to include us in that. So that's a big issue, and one that we walk through the door waiting for legislation to drop on every year.
And something else that will affect all of these interest groups is privatization. It's really a sit and wait game at this point, but we fully anticipate some type of privatization to come down the line, whether it be through DHHS, DOT, DPS. We are fully anticipating such legislation coming this session.
And we count on you to let us know when you hear something in your workplace. Sometimes you're the first ones to hear about them wanting to privatize or an RFP. Give us a call, email us. You have questions, I'll try to answer them. If not, we have a whole staff here who would be willing to help you.